to today, the news report from Europe's top power event, consisting of PowerGen Europe, Renewable Energy World Europe, Power Grid Europe and Nuclear Power Europe. With record-breaking attendance, today's events has seen a plethora of conference sessions and a bustle of activity on the exhibition floor. This afternoon's much-anticipated plenary session did not disappoint, with each industry expert presenting a forthright opinion on the controversial Copenhagen climate talks. Earlier, I met with moderator and international journalist Stephen Saka to talk about the arguments presented at today's plenary. In your opinion, what were the key messages that came out of this afternoon's discussion?
I think a lot of it was about uncertainty, both uncertainty about where the climate change debate is going and whether governments really can deliver a meaningful climate change agreement, because of course that matters hugely to this industry, but also uncertainty about the future of the world economy. And I think the two together are making it a very difficult climate for investment and for interpretation of how companies are going to run their business.
And in that context, what sort of level of optimism should we have for, obviously following the failure of the Copenhagen talks, with the climate talks coming up in Mexico later this year?
Well, I think we've learned not to be too optimistic. This is difficult stuff, and it, in the end, is about geopolitics, and there's no real sign, particularly in the present economic climate, that the leaders of the key countries involved in this are closer to getting that deal done, because many of them have political problems at home. So if I were to give you my assessment, I think it'll be very difficult to get the overarching deal in Mexico. And we took a straw poll on the panel at the end, and actually nobody saw a real deal coming out of Mexico at the end of this year. So I think there's some pessimism there.
Also in the conference, we witnessed two vibrant panel discussions with nuclear experts offering a passionate and heated debate about the viability of a nuclear renaissance, and renewable professionals discussing the options for an optimal energy mix. Back on the exhibition floor, the second day has seen more innovations and services hit the show stands. Weaving our way through the crowds, we caught up with some exhibitors to find out more about the technology they're showcasing.
So this is the global launch of mobile SEC Pegasus. This is a world first. This is bringing improved reliability in the gas engine oil and bringing energy efficiency to the gas engine oil market there. It brings forward a technology that we've filed patents on, new base stocks and additive packs, which will be really exciting for the gas engine oil users.
Yes, we're launching the RB211H63. It builds on the family of RB211s. It uses the technology from the existing RB211, from the industrial Trent behind me, and also from the group's aerospace Trents. With this introduction, we'll take the power to 44 megawatts and efficiencies up to 41.5%.
This is the Greenbank H-Cam. It's a carbon ash monitor which helps sort good fly ash from bad fly ash. It does that by sampling fly ash using either screw samplers or dense face samplers, takes the ash into the cabinet, measures it, and allows the end user to decide whether to sell the fly ash or send it to land refill.
One of our key products is the air-cooled condenser. We see the trend, steam condensing worldwide goes from wet cooling to dry cooling, so cooling the steam by the help of air.
Also, other industry news coming from the exhibition floor today are Emerson Process Management has announced a $28 million contract to modernise 100 hydroelectric generating units in Ukraine. ATME has signed an agreement with the French Nuclear Safety Authority to review the safety options of ATME-1, an 1100 megawatt pressurised water reactor. National Grid and Tent joint venture company BritNed have started work on their high voltage direct current interconnector between the UK and Netherlands. And finally, E.ON have announced two new developments in the service market. Here is Gerhard de Vende to explain.
We have set up an own gas turbine service, and we have integrated a renewable service, a hydropower service. We have taken over experienced staff from E.ON Hydropower and provide these services also to the market.
Tomorrow is the third and final day of the show. marking the last chance to see the latest in technology and hear the biggest issues being discussed. It's certain to be a day occupied with last-minute talks, debates and deals as the industry prepares for 2011 and beyond, a year that sees the show return to the beautiful city of Milan. So until next year, this is Dr. Heather Johnston reporting for today.